Former Iranian President Mahmoud Ahmadinejad said that Iran's Secret Service have created a special unit to combat Mossad operations in Iran. However, turns out the head of this unit was himself a Mossad agent, They say that a Mossad agent came and shook hands with Nasrallah and leaving some kind of a powder or some kind of material that later on, I remember one time in the Officers Academy, I had a guy with me that was sharing a room. He was also from top secret unit. We would always play tricks on him and hide his gear. In the morning when everybody needed to run, the first ever Mossad agents were Caleb and Joshua from the Bible. So the former president of Iran have recently shared that Iran have started a top secret anti-Mossad unit, only to find out that it was run by the Mossad, that the head of that unit was a Mossad agent along with 20 other Mossad agents inside Iran. Let's read it. Former Iranian President Mahmoud Ahmadinejad, in an interview with CNN Turkish CNN, said that Iran's Secret Service have created a special unit to combat Mossad operations in Iran. However, turns out the head of this unit was himself a Mossad agent along with 20 other agents who were responsible for multiple intelligence operations in Iran, including stealing nuclear docks and assassinating several Iranian nuclear scientists before allegedly fleeing to Israel. Wow! That was said by the former president of the Islamic Republic of Iran, not just by a hobo in the street. Let's talk about this. Buckle up, get some popcorn, because this is going to be an interesting ride. I think it's safe to say that the Mossad have started a top secret Iranian anti-Mossad unit inside Iran. Just imagine how crazy that is. You see, imagine the clearance that these guys have had. Imagine how close did they get to the top officials of the Republic of Iran, of the Islamic Republic of Iran regime. When you look at the head of the Mossad in Israel and its top agents, they meet with the prime minister on a weekly basis. They're invited to his house. Imagine how often did these guys shake the hand of the leaders of Iran? Which clearance did they have? How often did they get to enter their nuclear bomb program facilities in order to see how can they protect it from the Mossad? This is just brilliant. This is genius. And I'm going to try to explain to you the two, maybe three possible options that I see here. But before that, let's actually hear it from the man himself. What does he have to say? Because he said it. I'm not making this up.
Mahmoud Ahmadinejad, whose candidacy was rejected ahead of...
This is, it's spoken in another language. Someone did the job of translating it, maybe through AI dubbing. So we're going to hear it in English.
The presidential elections to be held in Iran on June 18 continues his statements. Finally, he claimed that the highest-ranking officer of the counter-Israel unit in the Iranian intelligence ministry was an Israeli agent.
Cheers. Shana Tova.
Ahmadinejad bu kez verdiği röportajda he said that the highest officer in the counter-Israel unit in the Iranian intelligence ministry was an Israeli agent. The highest levels of the government, especially stated that Israel has influence up to the highest levels of the government, especially in the intelligence and security units. He said that Israel was able to conduct complex operations inside Iran and steal crucial nuclear documents from the most sensitive units, and that this was possible because of Israel's extensive influence and agent network within the Iranian leadership, which is still silent.
Yeah, I bet they're silent.
Last Thursday, Yossi Cohen, director of Israel's Foreign Intelligence Service Mossad, said that they had seized Iran's secret nuclear documents in a 2-year effort by a 20-person Iranian team, none of whom were Israelis or Jews. Ahmadinejad's statements came after Cohen's statements.
So not only that this is just science fiction, insane, but it shows you something very interesting about the Jewish culture. You see, there's some similarities between, let's say, the Jewish culture and the Chinese culture. They're both playing the long game. They're always playing the long game. And that's how you can explain how did the people of Israel survive for so long. The longest ever lasting ethnicity that we have today, basically, is the Jewish people that are still walking this earth and holding to their identity as it was 4,000 years ago, 3,000 years ago, and etc. While there were empires, again and again, empires, the leading empires of the planet Earth that we know, rose to destroy them. From the Egyptians, the Babylonians, the Persians, the Muslims, the Ottoman, the Nazis, you can say the Christian kind of in their dark ages of the Roman Catholic Church. The Russians, every generation, there was an empire that tried to destroy them. You see, the Jews never really tried to colonize the world. The Jews never really tried to conquer other nations. All they ever wanted is to live in their holy land around Jerusalem and to pray to their God. And this group of small minority peaceful people have managed to survive every empire that came to destroy them. The Romans, the Greeks, but these empires are no more. So, as you can see, the Mossad, which is brilliant here, probably been working on this for a long, long time, and maybe even implemented the idea in the Iranian regime, hey guys, we need to start this new unit that will start countering the Mossad. But this unit needs to have top secret clearance. They need to be able to have a key to enter every door. We're gonna have to interrogate everyone. Well, maybe except of you, the head of the Islamic Republic of Iran, but anyone else. We need to be able to investigate him. And you know what? To make this efficient, we're gonna report only to you. That's kind of what I'm imagining that probably happened, because in order to have a unit like this that will root out and pluck out any Mossad interference, any fingers of the Zionist regime in their country, they really need to dig deep. And after what they've done to Nasrallah, they say that a Mossad agent came and shook hands with Nasrallah and leaving some kind of a powder or some kind of material that later on, revealed his location. How terrifying must have that been to the Iranian regime when suddenly pagers all around Lebanon are exploding, in Iran, in Syria, and their top secret operative are just losing their eyes, their schnitzkins, their hands, and etc. How terrifying was that? I remember one time in the Officers Academy, I had a guy with me that was sharing a room. He was also from top secret unit, and we would always play tricks on him and hide his gear in the morning when everybody needed to run and get in time to the class and etc. He will always be late because we'll hide his stuff. So he started rubbing his stuff with this, top secret material, you might say, that no matter where you hide it, if you look at it through the right goggles, it will glow. Even if it's under the mattress, under the floor, behind the closet, it will glow. It will show like a beacon that it's there. And that's how he was able to always get his stuff. Now, I don't know if that's, a good way of using these kind of technology, but that just shows, and that was, 20 years ago? So that just shows you how sophisticated is the Mossad and what they're capable of doing. But then again comes the question, why would Ahmadinejad come and share that to the CNN or to other newsletters? Did Iran even approve? Now, that leaves me with two possible answers. The first one, this could be a mind trick, a mind game. Again, they're trying to see how can they identify Mossad operators in their country. So what they're doing, they're stirring the pond and they want to see which fish jump. They're throwing a statement like that they're onto it, they're investigating. And then they would look and see which one of their agents will suddenly run away, will suddenly change patterns of work. So maybe they're trying to flush out Mossad agents by throwing a false accusation like that. However, I don't think it's false. I think they might have, if that's the case, then maybe something like this did happen, because as you see, Israel even said that they have used the 20-man agents to get top secret information. So maybe they're just sharing part of the truth and trying to twist it to see what's happening. A lot of countries and spionage agencies do these tricks. Another option could be that this might have actually happened. And now they're just shocked. They're kind of brainstorming. They were, for a few days after the pager attack and after the assassination of Nasrallah, most of them were just going back home saying, like, oh my God, if they got to him, and he was hiding much better than them. Nasrallah was top level in trying to evade Western spionage organizations like the CIA, like the Mossad, and etc. And he was very good at surviving. He can school the Iranians about how to do that. In general, the Hezbollah have, in some aspects, much more capabilities than Iran have. When it comes to commando units, when it comes to guerrilla fighting, when it comes to evading espionage, Western espionage. So if they got to Nasrallah, these guys now, after seeing what happened, that their top, secret unit is actually run by the Mossad, were probably terrified. They all probably went back to their homes thinking like, oh my God, what they were in my house. What did they leave here? Can I talk? Can I use this radio? So that explains, I think, that radio silence that we saw after the assassination of Nasrallah. And now they're just kind of venting. They're talking. They're like, wow, what happened? Maybe they're too excited and just sharing stuff. Iran is not stupid. The Iranian regime, in general, the Iranian people were always very good in strategy. They were always very good also in playing the long game. They're kind of arc-terrorist chess players. They're always trying to be one move ahead. They're always letting other soldiers do the dirty job for them while protecting the queen and the king. The Mossad managing to infiltrate Iran in such a top secret clearance level is baffling. It is showing the world again how capable is the Mossad. And maybe after October 7, especially after October 7, it woke up the people of Israel to realize that they're not safe. That to believe that the Holocaust is something in the past that will never happen again, that is a myth. That is a big mistake that they can never do again. And it made them realize that their existence is at risk if they let down their guard, if they do mistakes, and they cannot allow themselves to do mistakes. So I think it boosted and expedited the importance of having strong Mossad, strong Shabak, strong IDF, and also the importance of not only relying on the signal, on the digital capabilities of espionage. It boosted the need in having boots on the ground, having agents, but also the need of playing with your enemy's mind and making them question every step that they do, making them fear every person that they have among their ranks. Probably just, they probably don't trust anyone right now. Looking right, left, and center, you can start seeing videos right now of Iran trying to play the victim card, of the leadership of Iran started saying stuff like, even if I die, I'm just a fragile old man. One of them just released that video. So they're kind of feeling that their days are numbered. They're feeling that the days are numbered, and they're feeling that they have messed with the wrong nation. The nation of the Jews, the ancient nation of the Jewish people, Israel. One thing that I've noticed from my service about organizations like the Mossad, like the Shabak, like the IDF, like the Special Forces, is that they have taken a lot of elements from the Bible and implemented it in the core base of the Israeli defense system. Some of them were from the Bible, where it says, "B'tachbulot ta'asu lachem milchama." If I was freely translated, war should be waged by conning measures. War should be waged by trickery. Another saying was, "Mimeni til'u v'chen ta'asu." That was something that was written all over the officer academy, and that's like the motto that Israel have in all of its defense units. Look at me and do as I do. That's what Gideon told his men when they were going into that war, holding these clays and these torches. And, all his soldiers were like, what are you doing? This is not a way. We're going to all get killed. So he said, I'm going to lead you. You're going to look at the edge of the camp, and you're going to see me, and you're going to do as I do. And that was always a motto that Israel had, by leading by example, having their commanders go first. That's why Israel sometimes end up losing more officers in combat, because they're the first one to run into battle, and the soldiers will come after them. But that's a core idea that they took from the Bible. Another idea was, the whole idea of the Mossad. The first ever Mossad agents were Caleb and Joshua from the Bible, when they went ahead of the camp and went to probe the land of Israel, and came back with these big, vines, and that became some kind of a symbol of espionage in Israel, and told Moses, the land is full of honey and fruits. Yes, they have giants, but we can take them. We can overcome these giants. And that became some kind of a motto of the Mossad, of Israel. "B'tachbulot ta'aseh lecha milchama, mimeni til'u v'chen ta'asu," and that we can take down these giants. They will not stop us. And look at the history of Israel. There will always been a little nation fighting against giants who are trying to destroy it. From the story of David and Goliath, all the way until today, Israel and Iran, Israel and the radical Muslim world, Israel and the Muslim world. Whew. It's just like a never-ending battle of the underdog trying to survive. But here's a twist that they're trying to make you believe today, that the underdog is actually the Muslims, the Palestinians, the oppressed, and etc., etc. They're not the underdog. They've never been the underdog. They've been just proxies of the big, big, big dog that is trying to come and annihilate Israel. Israel have been and still is the underdog, trying to live in peace. And that story here of the Mossad is just mind-blowing. I wonder what else do they have in Iran, in Hezbollah, in Lebanon, in Syria? Which other cards do they still have up their sleeves? And I think we might actually see it very soon, because after Iran crossed the red line by launching all these 180 missiles over Israel, making 10 million Israelis run to their bomb shelters. Jews, Christians, Arabs, Muslims, doesn't matter. They targeted Israel. Actually, the only claim that they can have for their attack, the only success that they had, was killing an innocent Palestinian man. I think he was innocent. And also one of the rockets apparently blew up on them when they were launching it, and killed something like 5 or I don't know how many Iranian officers who were around it. So they launched the biggest attack that they had to show Israel a revenge for assassinating Ismail Haniyeh and assassinating Nasrallah and all the command in Iran, and Hezbollah and some of the Iranian officers. And all they can claim for it is killing 5 of their own officers and a Palestinian man. How pathetic is that? And they were trying to show, again, that they're still a relevant player in this game, but they are so way behind, and Israel is schooling them. So yeah, I'm just thinking it's going to be very interesting to see what's going to be Israel's next move, what's going to be the Mossad's next move. And yeah, I guess we'll hear about it soon. Anyway, until then, guys, I hope you enjoyed today's... My camera's on a rig. I can't really take it. Anyway, until then, guys, I hope you enjoyed today's video. If you did, feel free to do the like, share, subscribe, the whole shebang. Leave a comment if you want to find a direct way to help me in my work so I can keep doing these videos for you, because I'm doing this for free. You can go and check my Patreon, where you can find a direct way to help support my work. But until then, don't do anything stupid. In general, don't do anything that I would do. Stay safe and see you next time.